In this video, how this mom was able to lose 87 pounds inside a year and how you can do the exact same. So I came across this article as I was looking just through the internet, and it was really interesting. This woman went on to lose about 87 pounds inside a whole year and made a complete body transformation. And we're gonna give some insight how you guys can kind of do the same on your own journey. So we go here. Obviously, we'll be able to see her transformation here. She was starting at just over 230 pounds, and as you can see, this transformation is pretty damn sick. Make a full screen. Obviously, it's getting better and better each time as it goes along. We're gonna fast forward a little bit just because it's dragging. Also, this is crazy. You can see here how significant this change is. She almost got like abs showing in her stomach as well. It's crazy. Look at it, literally, look at her stomach, it's all toned. Even her legs are gaining some nice muscle mass as well. Insane. So obviously you can see this her at the start. And it's pretty evident that she's made this crazy transformation if we just fast forward. And it goes to show, guys, a lot can be done in a year if you just put your mind to it and put in the hard work. So here's an article, just kind of a bit of an overview of what she actually did. And I'm going to kind of give you guys some extra tips on what you can do to achieve the same results in a year. Okay, cool. So she went from 235 pounds to 148 pounds. And we're going to go into some of the things she actually shared, like in a social media, TikTok. Obviously here you can see the difference is night and day. Like, it's quite tremendous. You can see obviously her face has changed, her waist, her legs, her abs, everything. And it's absolutely crazy, guys. And then some tips that she shared, obviously, with her like audience is start today. This is actually a good one in itself. Like, one of the biggest thing a lot of people do is delay starting, and it's like, why you delay starting? If you don't start today, you're probably not going to start at all, right? Or if you don't start, everyone says I start on Monday, but the reality is Monday comes and you don't start. Anyway, let's see what she writes here. Okay, cool. So Anna's first piece of advice was to start your weight loss journey today instead of pushing it off at a later date. Don't wait until Monday. How many times have you said this? Like, literally, I said, how many times people say, I'm gonna start on Monday, they never actually start. Keeping that in mind, she noted that you also have to do it when you're busy. If you wait for life to calm down, you're going to be waiting a long time. If you can get through the busy times, you can get through anything, which is true. Because if you can't start when it's busy, how are you going to be able to do it? Like, reality is life is going to get busy all the time. If you just start when things are perfect, it's not going to be sustainable because life's going to get in the way, things are going to happen, and then you're just going to end up feeling overwhelmed. So start when you're busy, stop waiting. Oh, this is a really good tip as well. So it says, invest in yourself. So a lot of people make the excuse that eating healthy is expensive, or they can't afford to go a gym membership, gyms are too expensive. A gym is like 25, 30 pounds. That really isn't expensive, because I speak to so many people and they're like, oh yeah, gyms are expensive. I'm like, the gym isn't expensive. Like, you gotta think of, you have a phone contract you're probably paying every single month. That's probably 50, 60 pounds that you're paying for your phone contract. How many coffees are you having? If you're having a coffee every single day, or a Starbucks, 7 days in a week you're having that. I'll speak to some people and they'll be like, oh, I don't know if I can afford it. When in reality, they're just wasting money on pointless things anyway. And if they simply just meal prep, for example, people who aren't meal prepping are actually spending way more money simply due to the fact that if you go, let's say, to get a meal deal is like £5, right? If you get a meal deal every single day, that's adding up, right? All of a sudden you're spending easily like £30, £40 a week just on food if you were to meal prep it, and that's without you eating a meal. So simple things like that are ways to save money. And just giving up on certain things. Like, if your health is so important, maybe going out on the weekend and getting drunk all the time might not be sustainable to actually do. Ordering these takeaways consistently, they gotta go, right? Anna went on to say that for one of her favorite things that she did was take out timelines. That's an interesting way of looking at it. So she took away the timelines when it comes to trying to achieve her goal, which is kind of good, because if you take away a timeline, it does make it more of a lifestyle change. So a lot of people do this. For example, summer just gone, a lot of people would have been trying to get in shape just for the summer holiday. Then the summer holiday's done, they end up stopping. Like, I see it happen all the time. And it's very, very common. You won't believe it. Same in the new year. January will come and everyone will start again. So that's a cool tip, actually. Take away the timelines. I wouldn't recommend this for everyone though. So timelines actually create urgency. When there's no timelines, typically leads to you making excuses and not actually sticking to like a diet and giving yourself leeway. For example, you slip up on your diet, you're going to be like, oh, I got a year to achieve this goal anyway. Obviously, I'm saying it's okay if you slip up, but if you have a timeline, basically celebrating those small wins. If you're not celebrating those small wins, sometimes it can feel a little bit overwhelming when you're trying to get to that big transformation goal. So I actually would disagree with that. Give yourself a certain timeline, but be realistic. That's the difference I would say. Be realistic with your expectations of what you want to achieve with weight loss. I haven't really checked out her history, but I have a feeling that she most likely would have had some kind of previous experience just due to how she looks. Obviously, you can see she's 265 here, then 235. But if you look at the time, this is what I mean about being realistic when it comes to like a weight loss transformation. So she's 265 here, and this was in April. Then if you look at the next photo here, she's 235. So she lost about 30 pounds. But look at the time that she gave herself. So we go April, May, June, July. So 4 months, which is really realistic fat loss. A lot of people will be expecting these kind of results in like 2 months. And she's done what's it called in double the time. This is the reality of it, guys. It takes time when it comes to like losing weight. And that's actually pretty realistic. Then if you look at from July to February, this is even longer then. So we got July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, 8 months. That's 8 months alone just there, guys. But one thing I do think is she does most likely come from a background of fitness. Let's do a bit of a dig dive and see. I know in here she's promoting a program that she's trying to sell. And you can't just go promoting the program if you've got any experience. So I think she comes from a fitness background. So let's dig dive and see. Especially because she's holding a lot of muscle mass as well. And to carry that kind of muscle mass, you naturally need to be someone who's lifted weights before. Okay, let's keep scrolling and we'll see. Okay, now the story's adding up in her bed now. So it looks like she had like a baby, and obviously she gained a lot of baby weight, then is losing that baby. Okay, there isn't much background history. But yeah, definitely looking at her and seeing how her physique looks post transformation, she's definitely had some experience when it comes to like weightlifting or so on. Because doing this kind of transformation, I'd say you definitely need some experience. So yeah, so for people who are less experienced, one thing you need to realize is don't put too much pressure on yourself, because reality is that making a big transformation like this isn't going to happen for everyone. To lose nearly 100 pounds inside of a year, like not everyone's going to do it, even though it's very realistic. The reality is if you don't know where to start when it comes to nutrition, if you don't know how to approach nutrition in a sustainable manner, if you don't know how to structure nutrition, if you don't know how to structure your training and exercise, if you don't even know how to create a calorie deficit, how to accurately track your food. And let's be fair, this woman's got, I think, even her own gym as well set up going up in here. And you might not even have something like this in your own setup, and your life might be a lot different, because she clearly is trying to target people who work out. So it's a case of her lifestyle might be a little bit different in terms of time. So there's so many different elements, so don't put too much pressure on yourself when you're trying to transform on your own journey. But I hope this has been really useful and you could take away some tips.